Hey. How are you, girl? Nice to see you. You look pretty. There are a lot of things that set you apart, but one thing that makes your life kind of look differently than a lot of people is your health journey.
I was born with some anatomical issues, GI issues, joint pain, a whole host of things that we just didn't understand or know exactly what they were. That continued throughout my life up until adulthood of struggles with my health. I went to school regularly like other kids. I played sports. I had a normal social life. So I had these things going on in the background, but I was able to work around them.
And you met your husband, had kids. Was that easy? How was that for you?
We have 3 kids. Those pregnancies all presented with their own challenges, a lot of bed rest, hospitalizations also. And I was able to be there and be present as a mom. My health issues didn't inhibit that to that degree at that time, luckily.
Yeah. At some point in your life, you found Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And what did that look like?
So I always believed in God throughout my life. The big transitional point was when my son, my youngest, when he was an infant, God was definitely pulling at my heart to get to know him and have that relationship. So about 19 years ago is when I really found relationship with God versus religion.
Then you found this amazing love for jiu-jitsu. How did that happen?
I just fell in love with every single aspect of it. I loved the self-defense aspect. I loved the sport side, the community. I won the Pan Americans twice. I won American Nationals, Fight to Wins. I was undefeated.
And then your life changed.
Yeah.
Something happened. What happened?
8 months after opening my gym, I was in a really bad car accident. Unfortunately, that accident exacerbated a lot of the medical issues I was already dealing with. And then I developed a bunch of new conditions. Cardiovagal failure, autonomic failure, POTS, EDS, mast cell activation. I have a bunch of vascular compressions, MALS, nutcracker, May-Thurner. I have chronic hypovolemia. Some of them are as rare as like 1 in 200,000. So there's a lot going on there. I'm about 90% bed bound. Bed or couch, I like to migrate down the stairs and make it to the couch and be down here with my dogs and just be in a more comfortable space. I leave for medical appointments and I leave for church.
I love seeing you guys come to church because he is just right there. He is just there for you. And one of my favorite things is to see when you can't sit up anymore, how you lean into him and the two of you worship almost just like you're one. It's a beautiful thing to see. I know just since I've met you, you've had 2 major surgeries and they've both happened on the East Coast.
Right.
Yeah. What does it look like to travel back?
It's really hard on me. So I can't sit upright. And so the flights look a lot like us doing everything we can until we're able to get high enough for me to take my seatbelt off. And then we lay a blanket on the floor and I lay down on the airplane floor to get through the travel. And I can't travel alone because they have to help me get to laying down positions. When I'm upright, I start getting really dizzy, really nauseous. My heart rate becomes very rapid. I pass out. So just getting there for the care is one thing all in its own.
Yeah.
I used to love to travel. I traveled because it was something I loved doing. Like I wanted to see the world. Now it's something that I have to do. I knew when I started getting my diagnoses and understanding what they meant that my competitive career was over. So I wanted to go out and do one last one, no matter what it looked like, and retire on my terms and just be able to really take in everything. I also knew I was very limited positionally on what I could do. So I went in with a game plan, and it was the Pan Americans. So it's the biggest competition in the world that happens for jiu-jitsu each year. My doctor supported me. My coaches supported me. My husband and my mom went.
Did you have a monitor on or something?
I was in the midst of a Holter monitor because I have a lot of arrhythmias as well that happen. all of the training I'd done in the years prior, paid off.
And what happened?
And I was able to win gold at that competition.
Gold.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
That's so cool.
But only by the grace of God.
Yeah.
Because the moment it was done and we stood up, my legs gave out and I collapsed on the mats right there. In my head, I knew everything I needed to do exactly, and I was able to do exactly that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You told me that your competitors come out with this music, like this crazy, tough girl music, right?
Yeah.
Can you speak to that and then what you chose?
I think people pick walkout music that empowers them. And for me, what empowers me is God. So whenever I walk out, I would walk out to Christian music.
What is one of your favorite songs?
Raise a Hallelujah. That was the song that I had walked out to probably my last few fights before the accident happened.
What does worship mean to you?
I feel everything good of Him wash over me during worship. I don't know how to explain how it happens, but I could be feeling so awful. And while I'm praising and worshiping, it all just fades away. It's like His love and His goodness, His glory and His grace. It just outpowers all of that.
You had just had a really good night, I remember. You texted me the next morning and you said, I realized last night that I'm getting better. I was able to stand the entire time that I brushed my teeth. And my goal is one thing, to just stand for
at least one song.
One song.
Just start there. I would be happy with that.
Are you angry with God?
Never. He didn't do this to me. God didn't do this. He knew. He's allowed me to walk it. And He's trusted me with it. And that's the way I look at it. And that gives me gratitude that He trusts me with this and to use it for His glory, and knowing that He'll use it for good.